Welcome to Grow with GoGo, our fitness series, which is brought to you by GoGoGrandparent. Every week, GoGo is going to be hosting these Wednesday workouts, and we're going to alternate between chair yoga, which is what we're kicking things off with today, and functional fitness, which is about all of these topics are going to be about mobility and movement, and just sort of checking in with our bodies and hopefully, building up strength. And we're really happy that you're here. Today is chair yoga, as I mentioned. And fun fact, today is also National Women's Health and Fitness Day. So feels like a great time to be getting to check in with ourselves and carving out some time. So we'll be spending a little bit of that together. You probably found GoGo because you needed one of these services or were interested in one of these services, whether it was rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and also home services. And we're really excited that you found us and happy to be able to now offer some virtual events, which are more social and hopefully something you look forward to on your calendar. And if you've been to any of our virtual events in the past, you probably know this or familiar with how we set things up. But if anybody here is new, I just kind of want to go over some general housekeeping things. You'll notice when you joined the Zoom room, it said that it was recording. We're recording this so that you can play it back at your own pace. So right after, I think you'll probably get the email over the weekend, and we'll have a recap email, and it'll include the video from today's session, and also reminders to check our YouTube page, and just overall like a recap. So stay tuned for that. We also include a survey link in every email, so we love to know your feedback, so you could find that there too. We're gonna ask everyone to stay on mute unless it's a moment to participate. We have a few different times that we'll be asking you to share. So hopefully you'll feel comfortable doing that. And if you feel like maybe a little more shy coming off mute, you can always use the chat. And that's another way to kind of share. There might be some folks joining by phone, and if that's the case, we're going to do our best to describe the movements, but just know the best experience, taking in this session and these classes will be obviously if you're able to tune in on video. And what else is left? I think that's it. But also know at the end of this there will be some time for questions with our instructor, and I think that's the gist. For our agenda today, we'll do a little check-in, how you're all doing, and what you need for chair yoga. As you can imagine, it's a chair. So the list is very short, but we'll go through that, and then we'll just dive into the class. So I'm Cassie. I'm GoGo's communications director, and I'm really excited that we're joined by Adra, who is a yoga teacher and occupational therapist, and just fabulous person. So welcome, Adra. Thanks for leading this class today. And I'm gonna kick things over to you now.
Great, thanks, Cassie. Hi, everybody. So nice to see a couple of familiar faces and some new ones. So welcome to class. As Cassie mentioned, we just need a chair. I prefer a chair that does not have wheels so that it's really steady. But if not, an office chair is fine. Even a couch is okay. So just somewhere you can sit. We'll spend most of the class seated. We'll have a few moments where we do stand up as an option. If standing is not safe for your body today, then you just stay seated. It'll only be a few minutes where we will be standing. So before we move, I'd just love to hear either unmute yourself or throw it in the chat. Have you done yoga before? So it can just be a yes or a no. Just gives me an idea of, who's here. Have you ever done yoga before? Right. Thanks, Maureen. Maureen says a little. Joe says yes. Yes, I see. Okay, I see another yes. I see a no. Awesome. Welcome. Yes. And
No,
another yes. Oh, go ahead, Mary.
no,
No. Perfect. You're in the right place. So this is great. I love this. A good mix of yeses and nos. And this class is for everyone, so it's perfectly accessible no matter whether you've done yoga 100 times, 1,000 times, or 0 times. Just a reminder that this class is really for you and for you to take care of your body. So if at any point something doesn't feel good or is sore, you can skip it. So just don't do anything that hurts. Make this a fun experience. So we'll go ahead and begin. Let's find our comfortable seat. So sitting nice and tall. And let's just begin by taking some circles with the torso. So just beginning to settle yourself in. You want to make sure here, as you take your circles with your torso, that you're far enough forward on your chair that you have space to go back. So if you're sitting too far back into your chair, it will be very hard to circle your entire torso. And then go ahead and swing the other way. Just noticing, how is my spine moving today? How is my back feeling? How is my chest feeling? And then go ahead and make your way back to center. Rounding down into your sits bones. So those are the bones in your bum. Ground them into the earth or into your chair and go ahead and close the eyes or soften your gaze to the ground. Feel your feet flat on the earth. Feel your jaw relax. And take a few moments here to notice your breathing. So noticing where you feel the breath in the body. Sometimes we can feel the chest moving or the belly moving. Or sometimes you can feel the air entering and exiting the nostrils or some movement in the back. There's no right or wrong, but just bringing awareness, noticing where is my breath today, right now. In addition to noticing where you feel the breath in the body, go ahead and notice the rhythm of the breath and the speed of the breath. How long is your inhale compared to your exhale? Does it stay the same? Does it change? And is it possible to smooth it out, to try and make your breaths a little more regular? So as we move through our practice today, I'll be directing you back to your breath again and again. Our breath can be a really nice guide.
sort of helping us notice where we are, where our emotions are, stress levels. So you might find moments that maybe you might be slightly challenged. And if you tune into your breath, notice what happens when you're challenged. Maybe your breath becomes rapid, or maybe it stops. And the big part of yoga is coming back to the breath and allowing it to be smooth and calm despite whatever challenges may be coming up, whether they're physical or emotional. Let's take a couple of deep breaths together. Deep inhale through the nose, fill your lungs. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Again, deep inhale. Exhale, let it out. One more time, deepest inhale, fill your lungs. And let it go. Feel free to open up the eyes or keep them closed. And we'll begin to rotate the head no. So looking right to left. So you can do this as fast or as slow as you'd like. There's no specific rhythm for your breath here. Just make sure that you're continuing to breathe. And then notice that you can isolate your neck, right? So you can turn your head right to left without turning the rest of the spine. So noticing how far can my neck actually go without moving the rest of my torso. And then we'll begin to nod the head yes. So looking down towards the ground and then up towards the ceiling. And same thing, we're moving just the neck. So the rest of the torso is staying still for the moment. Don't worry, we'll get some more movement into the rest of the spine later. And then bringing your head back to center. We'll bring one ear towards your shoulder. So you're getting a stretch along the side of the neck. Either side is fine, doesn't matter. Shoulders are soft. So even though we're bringing our ear towards our shoulder, we're not bringing our shoulder up to our ear. I don't actually want you to be wearing your shoulder as earrings. You want that shoulder nice and relaxed as you're bringing your head over or your neck over. And then we'll switch sides. So other ear towards the shoulder. And again, it's just a neck movement. The shoulders are relaxed. The rest of the spine is still. Jaw is soft. Few more deep breaths here. And then bring your head back to center. Now we're going to move our entire spine with our head. So as you inhale, you'll bring your chest forward and your arms back. I'm just going to move sideways so you can see my spine. You can stay just where you are. And then exhale, round your back, tuck your chin. We inhale, open up the front of the body, chest comes forward. Exhale, round, open up the back body. Inhale, open the front. Exhale, open the back. Keep going at your own pace. Do you ever get stuck on which way is inhale or exhale? Usually we inhale when we're opening something up, the front of the body usually, and we exhale when we're almost feeling a closing down of the front of the body. But what's most important is that you continue to breathe. Let's add some arms. So as your chest comes forward, arms go out to the side, fingertips reach back, really stretching the chest. And then exhale as you round the back, reach those arms forward. Maybe the backs, the hands touch. Inhale, we open the front of the body, fingers reach back. And exhale, round. Keep going, follow your own pace. And know that you can always eliminate a piece. So you see how we've added spine plus the arms. If it feels like too much, you could choose to move just the arms, or you could choose to move just the spine. All right, make your way back to center and lift yourself up. Let's rotate the spine. So twisting your spine one direction, rotate, rotate, and pause. Notice what's moved. Has it been just your spine, or look at your thighs? Has one leg slid forward in front of the other? That's okay, just notice and come back to center. Twist the other way, rotate your spine. And notice, are there other compensations happening? Did one leg slide forward to make that rotation happen? And then come back to center. So now we're going to try and isolate just the spine and not, well, just the middle and upper spine and not the low back and your pelvis. So I want your knees to stay tracking straight forward without letting one slide forward in front of the other. If you'd like, you could squeeze something between your legs, so you could squeeze a pillow between your legs, or you can take your feet together and push your knees into each other. That way you'll know if one leg is sliding in front of the other. So legs squeeze a pillow or squeeze towards each other. Don't let the legs move. Twist your upper body. So you might feel different sensations here as you twist your upper body. Notice how much your arms are helping. Are your arms really cranking you into that twist? Or are you able to lift the arms and maintain your twist? 2 more breaths this direction. And then back to center. And then other side. So squeezing the knees together or squeezing a pillow. Rotate your spine. Don't let the legs move. We really want to get that motion in our thoracic spine. So that's our spine that's attached to our rib cage. So knees stay tracking together. One doesn't slide or get ahead. Jaw is relaxed. Notice if you're really using your arms to twist, see if you can let go for a moment and find that you can maintain that twist without your hands. And then letting that go. We're gonna move a little faster now. So we'll inhale, twist the spine one way, and then exhale, rotate the other direction. Doesn't matter which way you go. Inhale, twist one way. Exhale, twist the other. You might notice maybe one side is a little easier to rotate than the other. Or you might go a little further. One more time, each direction. And back to center. Arms come down alongside the body. If you have armrests, you're going to want to take your arms further out, or scoot yourself really far forward towards the edge of the chair. So if this was the back of my chair, instead of being back here, you're really far forward. That way your arms can be free. From here, we will inhale, side bend. So we're taking a stretch along the side of the body. Pause. Notice what your spine is doing. So I want a pure side bend, not a rounding forward with the side bend, not a twisting with the side bend, just a side bend. And then exhale back to center. We inhale, side bend, other side. Exhale back to center. So we're continuing at your own pace. You inhale on your way down, and then on your exhale, you use those side core muscles to lift yourself up. I like to imagine that I'm in a very narrow hallway that is covered in paint, wet paint, and I don't want to touch the wet paint. And that might help avoid any rounding or twisting, so you can get that true side bending. It also can be helpful, depending on your chair, that you let your hand run down the leg of the chair and back up. And that will help you stay in one plane. Let's go one more time each side. Wonderful. Coming back to center, letting that go. And then let's bring those arms forward and take some wrist circles. Letting those fingers move around, noticing pops and cracks, that's okay. And circle the other way. Interlace your fingers and push your palms forward. If having your arms high like this at shoulder height is bothersome, you can always lower them down towards your lap. Or if you prefer, you can reach your hands up towards the ceiling. So you have lots of options, 3 options: hands to the ceiling, hands in front of you, and down towards your lap. So whichever feels good. And then go ahead and lower your arms. Don't release the interlacing of the fingers. I'm going to come forward so you can see really well. We're going to switch the interlacing. So that means the other pinky is going to be on the outside. That can be funky and weird and feel very uncomfortable if you don't usually do it this way. And then same thing, push those palms forward and you have those same 3 options: arms down, arms forward, arms up. There's no right or wrong. It's just experiencing, noticing, how does this feel? And release those arms, shake it off. Let's give our upper body a little break and we'll move into our lower body. I'm going to move sideways so you can see better. You just stay as you are. We'll go ahead and straighten one leg out in front of you. So I have one knee bent, one leg is straight forward in front of me. That straight leg, we're going to point and flex at the ankle. So we're moving that foot at the ankle joint. Next time your foot is flexed with your toes facing up towards the ceiling, you'll pause. Sit nice and tall. We're trying not to move our spine now. We're going to be moving our pelvis on our thigh bones. We'll inhale, lean forward. So see, as I lean forward, my spine actually doesn't change shape. And then exhale, sit tall. Inhale, leaning forward. And exhale, sitting tall. So keep going here at your own pace. If it is too much here as you lean forward, you can always have a soft bend in that straight leg. If you are having a hard time straightening the leg, but you're not getting a stretch, my guess is that you're sitting too far back in your chair and you need to scooch further forward. The other option would be, or the other possibility, if you're not feeling a stretch and your leg is straight, is that you're moving your spine, so rounding your back like this, and then back up. So there's nothing wrong with doing this, but it's not going to stretch the back of the leg. That's why we're trying to keep a flat back or a long spine as you come forward and back up. Next time you're in that forward position, we'll pause. You're welcome to hold right there as you are with your hands on your legs. If you feel like you want a little more, you can hinge further forward, maybe bringing your forearm to your thigh. You're also welcome to reach that right arm towards your right shin, ankle, or toes. Only doing that if that feels good. If it doesn't, stay in a more upright position. Several deep breaths here. Go ahead and lift your torso up. Rebend that right knee or that extended leg. And then windshield wiper your knees side to side. So that's just a movement of the knees side to side as a reset. And then back to center. Going to our second side. So left leg extends if you did the same leg as me. Otherwise, just make sure you switch legs. So other leg is in front or stretched out. We'll start by pointing and flexing the foot. So finding that motion of the ankle. Next time your foot is flexed, so your toes are up to the sky, we'll pause. Movement again is coming from more of our pelvis on our legs and not our spine. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, sitting tall. Keep going forward and back at your own pace. Maybe noticing how this side feels different compared to the other side. Next time you're leaning forward, we'll pause. You're welcome to stay up on those hands. You can also bring your forearm down to your bent thigh. You're also welcome to reach that free arm towards your toes or towards your shin. Unclench your jaw. Smooth out your breath. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then lifting yourself up. Rebend that knee. And let those knees sway, windshield wiper side to side. Give our legs a brief break. And go into our shoulders. So planting those feet down, let's take some big shoulder rolls forward. You're welcome to keep your arms down on your lap. You're also welcome to add an elbow lift if that feels interesting. Or a swim forward, like a butterfly swim with both arms going forward. So you have those 3 options. We have the straight arms. We have the elbows. And we have the arms in the lap. So whichever feels good, just a few more. And then other direction. So shoulder rolls back. Same options. Hands can rest on your lap. Elbows can lift and get involved. Arms can be straight, drawing big circles. Whatever you'd like. You have options so that you can listen to your body or learn to listen to what your body needs and wants. So some days one thing will feel really nice and other days it won't. And so having those choices for you to choose for yourself, to learn what is right for you, is really positive. Go ahead and release those arms down. And then we'll find cactus arms. So elbows are bent about 90 degrees. Elbows are about the height of the shoulders. Fingertips reach up to the sky. Then we're going to move those elbows down into a W-like shape. As you move those elbows down, think about your shoulder blades. So those big flat bones on your back, feel as though those are moving down your back. And then inhale, straighten your arms up towards a V position. If you can't straighten all the way, that's fine. Exhale, bend your elbows, create that W. Inhale, stretch, arms straighten. Exhale, bend. Keep going at your own pace, moving in a range that works for you. So if you need to make this smaller, that's totally fine. Don't worry about my speed. Go at your own pace. Follow your breath. Let's do one more. There's no hurry, but next time your elbows are bent in that W, stay there. And then let your arms come forward, palms face up towards the sky. Elbows are bent about 90 degrees. And then we'll bring our pinkies to touch. We'll inhale, reach those thumbs back, rotating the upper arm bone in the shoulder socket. See how my elbows stay close to my body? They don't move out. So elbows stay close to the body. And then exhale, pinkies touch. Inhale, open up the arms. So we're rotating. Palms reach towards the wall behind you or the space behind you. Exhale, pinkies touch. Keep going. Follow your breath. So probably feel some kind of stretch in your upper arms, sometimes even into the chest as your arms spread apart. And the next time your arms are in that more open position, we'll pause and hold. Keep actively reaching those thumbs back behind you. And then we'll play with how bent our elbows are. So you're going to lower your arms a little bit, straighten 2/3 of the way down, and then bend those elbows. We'll just straighten and bend the elbows. We'll just play with the range here. So you're going through most of your range of motion, but maybe not the full range as you keep your arms rotated outward. And the next time your arms start to reach down, go ahead and straighten them all the way down and release, shake it off. Whew. So there we did a lot of external rotation of the arms. Now we're going to move into some internal rotation. So arms are going out to the side into a T position, and then flip your palms to face back. So that means the thumbs face down. So the backs of the hands are facing your camera. Your palms are facing back. If it feels like it's impossible to go, you're probably going the wrong way. So palms face back, thumbs are down. From there, we're bending the elbows. Hands are going behind our back. I'll turn around so you can see. And then we're straightening those arms out. So we bend the elbows, hands go behind the back, go to wherever is possible. And then out. Keep going. You don't have to go really high. So if your hands come to your low back or even towards your hips, that's fine. You're just noticing what's the range that you have today. A couple more. And then go ahead and release. Release those arms. Maybe shake out your head, shake out those shoulders. And then we'll spend a couple of minutes in standing. If standing is not safe for you, please skip it. You can do some stretches in your chair, some movement there. Otherwise, come on up to stand, and you're going to come either behind your chair or find a wall. So I want you to have something to hold on to so that we're balanced and really safe. So either standing with a wall in front of you, by your side, or your chair in front of you, or by your side. We'll step your right leg back behind you and bend the left knee. So we're moving into a warrior one pose in yoga. So the left knee is bent, the right leg or back leg is straight. Hands can be on your chair. Hands can also hover above your chair. That way, if you need to, you can always grab on, but your arms are lifted. Third option would be arms up to the sky. Whatever works for you, several breaths. Hands come back to your chair if you've lifted your arms. Straighten out your front leg. Bend your elbows and begin to hinge forward with a long spine to get a stretch along the back of your front leg. You can stay on your hands here as you hinge forward. You're also welcome to bring your forearms to the chair. You can also bring your hands down to the base of the chair if you have that flexibility. You can also bring your hands to your leg. One more breath here. And then go ahead and bend your front knee, lift your torso, step forward, right foot or back foot steps to meet the front. And we switch. Left leg goes back, or whichever leg you didn't do back. Front knee bends. So we're finding a warrior one. Both feet are flat on the ground, so that back heel is grounded. We're bending into that front knee. You might get a calf stretch here as you do that. Hands can stay on your chair or the wall. You can also hover those hands, being ready to hold on as needed, or if it feels safe, arms can come up to the ceiling. Hands come back to the chair if you've lifted them. We straighten out our front leg. We bend our elbows and hinge forward. Hands can be on the chair. You can also bring your forearms to the back of the chair, or the hands to your leg or to the base of the chair. So find whatever level works for you today. Unclench your jaw and smooth out your breath. All right, go ahead and lift your torso, soften that front knee and step forward. And let's go ahead and come back to our chair. Go ahead and have a seat. We have just a few more stretches before we settle down for our final meditation. Go ahead and cross one ankle over the opposite thigh. So we're going for a figure 4 stretch. So ankle crosses over your thigh, knee goes out to the side. If this is not possible, you have a couple of other options. One, it's okay for your knee to be high. You could sit up on a bunch of pillows. So if you lift yourself up high with lots of pillows, that can help. You can also cross your thighs or cross your ankles. So 3 options. Figure 4, thighs cross, ankles cross. I lied, one other option, sit up on a bunch of pillows. So pick whatever works for you. And then let's go ahead and take some circles with the torso. So as you circle your torso, you're just noticing, are there tight spots? And circle the other way. And then whenever you're ready, you'll pause and find stillness in a specific spot, in a single spot, and just hold. You're picking a spot where you feel like you're getting a nice stretch, if possible. We're holding for a couple of deep, slow breaths. Noticing where you feel this and how that feels. And if the stretch changes the longer you're in it. Go ahead and lift yourself to center. If you're leaning to one side or forward, go ahead and uncross the leg. Just taking note of which leg you stretch, shake it off. So do little kicks or little windshield wipers, and we'll switch sides. So other ankle crosses over the thigh for figure 4. Feel free to prop yourself up high. So grab a bunch of pillows and bring yourself up higher. That can reduce the intensity of the stretch. You're also welcome to cross your thighs, so one knee over the other, or cross your ankles and let those knees splay open. So you have options, whatever feels best for you today. And then once you find your position, start to circle your torso. You're just noticing, how does the stretch change as I move? Does one spot feel particularly interesting? Be sure to circle both directions. And then finding stillness in whatever position feels best for you to hold for another 4 breaths or so. Go ahead and bring your torso back towards center, undo the legs, go ahead and shake them off. And start to move yourself into a very comfortable seated position. So you can stay forward on your chair, or if you prefer, you'll switch yourself back so you can use your back rest. You're also welcome to lie down on your back. So that could be on a yoga mat, on the floor, or on a couch or your bed. Sort of spend just 3 minutes in a very comfortable position. Feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze towards the ground. Unclench the jaw. And allow your breath to move smoothly. Noticing the natural flow of the inhale and the exhale. And see if you can allow your breath to slow down just a little bit. And then bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Thumb can rest on your sternum. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. And to connect here with other go-goers. Deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adria.
Oh, I want to just briefly chat for a minute if you still have a few minutes. So every session we have a move of the week. And so our move of the week is head rotation. So it's the looking to one side and the other. And when you do this, I want you to think about not moving the rest of the spine, but that you can move your head freely without anything else going. As you can see here on our screen, next session, I'll ask about the move of the week for yoga. And if you remember head rotation and are the first person to correctly answer, you get $10 in GoGo credits. So I want to encourage you to try and do this every day, that motion in the neck. And remember it so that next time you can get a little extra GoGo cash. And then with that, I'd like to open it up to any questions or comments about our session or about GoGo in general. You can either unmute yourself or type in the chat.
I don't have a question. I have a comment, though. I think that the service that GoGo does for seniors is great. It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
Mary, that's awesome.
Well, we're happy you found us. And I'm hoping that you'll join again next Wednesday, or this is going to be happening every Wednesday for a number of months. We have it planned. So if you're not able to make it, then hopefully you'll swing by another Wednesday.
Will it be taped so we can do it on ourselves
Yes,
sometime during the week?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to be able to return back to something, remind yourself what the move was. So we're recording now, and I will be posting it on YouTube, and then over the weekend I'll send you an email, and it'll have the link, and then you could play it whenever you need to.
So if we miss a week, then we can catch up.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mary.
Thank you for everything.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. It was good to see you. And if anybody wants to continue these types of conversations, you can find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, and we post a lot of fun content. We post some video clips from these workouts, so that'll also be in the email if you want to join that. So thank you all for being here, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.